Welcome to the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. This is your time of the day to learn a little bit about the law while you enjoy your lunch. Does the Pennsylvania Gaming Board have authority over the coin-operated games of skill at your local bar or tavern? If you govern or manage a Pennsylvania bar, tavern, or social club that features or would like to feature certain gaming devices for the entertainment of your patrons, then you need to be aware of this case. The POM Company, POM, manufactures, distributes, and operates the Pennsylvania Skill amusement device called the POM game throughout Pennsylvania. It was subject to an enforcement action by the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue. In the summer of 2018, revenue agents in the city of Philadelphia conducted 11 separate seizures of the POM game at various locations and arrested employees and seized the funds at each location. The POM Company sued the Department of Revenue, asking the court to stop revenue from continuing to seize its games, to stop arresting employees of the locations featuring the games, and to allow it to continue operating the POM games, and to declare that the POM game is a legal device under Pennsylvania law. Well, what is the POM game? The POM game is primarily located in taverns, restaurants, and social clubs that serve alcohol under license from the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board. The POM game is a coin-operated video machine that offers several games, including a tic-tac-toe style puzzle, a potentially unlockable bonus session, and a follow-me color dot matching second phase of the gameplay. If a player is ultimately successful playing the POM game, he or she is awarded with a combined total of 105% of the original amount spent to play. The POM Company asserts its POM game is not an illegal gambling device under Pennsylvania criminal law, but rather that it is a legal game of skill. The Department of Revenue, on the other hand, argues that the POM game is a slot machine under the Pennsylvania Gaming Act, that the company is a manufacturer and or a supplier of the slot machines under the Gaming Act, and that the POM Company is acting in violation of the Gaming Act by distributing the POM games without a license issued by the Gaming Commission. And as such, the Department of Revenue has the power and authority to seize the games and arrest the individuals involved for violating the Pennsylvania Gaming Act. So you can see this is serious business. The central question in the case was whether the Pennsylvania Gaming Act applies to these gaming machines. The Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court in POM of PA LLC versus Commonwealth, it held that it does not. The court reasoned that the Gaming Act was intended to authorize and regulate large-scale slot machine operations involving hundreds or thousands of slot machines, and that the act was never intended to apply to devices in taverns and or social clubs, such as the POM game. The court explained that although the Gaming Control Board has general and regulatory authority over slot machines, such authority must be viewed through the lens of the limiting clause of the act, stating that the board has authority over the conduct of gaming, which is defined as the licensed placement and operation of slot machines as authorized and approved by the board. The court explained that these devices in question were not licensed by the Gaming Board, and as such, they don't fall under the Gaming Act. Pretty straightforward. This particular holding in this case is this. Based on both the plain language of the Gaming Act, as well as its legislative history, the Commonwealth Court concluded that unlicensed slot machines and or slot machines that are not approved by the Gaming Control Board, such as the POM game, are not subject to the Gaming Act. Consequently, even if the POM game were considered an illegal gambling device, which this Commonwealth Court did not decide, the Gaming Act does not give the Gaming Control Board the power to regulate illegal gambling devices. The Commonwealth Court also held that the Gaming Act did not displace the Crimes Code that prohibits illegal gambling. And the Pennsylvania State Police Bureau of Liquor Control Enforcement continues to have jurisdiction over enforcing illegal gambling at establishments licensed by the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board. The Commonwealth Court did not render an opinion as to whether the POM games are illegal. It simply held they do not fall under the jurisdiction of the Gaming Act. Now, please note, it is a misdemeanor of the first degree to intentionally or knowingly make, assemble, set up, maintain, sell, lend, lease, give away, or offer to do the same, any punch board, drawing card, slot machine, or any device to be used for gambling purposes. Whether or not a game is an illegal gambling device is a complex question which we will reserve for another time. In the meantime, if you govern or manage a Pennsylvania bar, tavern, or social club that features or would like to feature certain gaming devices for the entertainment of your patrons, make sure you get it right and are not in violation of the Pennsylvania Crimes Code or the Gaming Act. Contact Scaringi Law and seek consultation from one of our gaming attorneys at 717-657-7770. You can also check us out on our website at scaringilaw.com. Well, that's all the time we have today for the Scaringi Law Lunch Break. I hope you learned a little bit about the law. Thanks for listening and enjoy your lunch.